Hi guys, it's Miss Magda and Lily, and this is a third video from, I guess, the series of um, life activities or activities of daily living. So if you're like us, we've been distracted baking. It's called, I guess, new term, but we've been baking a lot. And if you're baking also, I'm going to show you how to have your child help and at the same time work on their muscles, their bilateral coordination skills, some hand strengthening, some shoulder strengthening, and we're going to actually squeeze a little stretch in there as well. So if your child's ankles are tight or heel cords, you know who you are. There's gonna be a little surprise in here for you. So I'm gonna start. This is a Play-Doh I made for years for my kids. It's just flour, salt, tartar sauce, but you can use, don't make it especially for this. If you're already making cookies or you're making pizza, this is how you can incorporate your child. If you don't bake and you don't want to make Play-Doh, skip this activity and just do the other activities for that week, or stay active, go outside. It's finally sunny out. All right, so we're first going to start by rolling this out. And that actually works a lot on two-handed skills. A lot of kids don't press enough to flatten it out. So it actually helps, I'm gonna show you, to have them stand on a stool. So she's gonna stand up on this, and this is going to give her a better leverage so she can lean into it from her shoulders and put a little bit of her body mass. And it also works on your shoulder girdle muscles as well as your arm muscles and your wrists. So Otis are probably loving this activity because it's very good for your fine motor function as well. So she's rolling it here. Okay, two hands. You can help your child. If you're working on your diagonals, you can help your child, and you can just put your hands over their hands and roll it out in different directions. Okay, she can let go. Every once in a while you want to move it so it doesn't get stuck to the surface that you're rolling it out on. Just gonna roll it again. Very nice. It's kind of good and satisfying, and you have a result. Like if you make something, you can actually eat the cookies or eat the pizza, whatever you made, or pie. Cutting out cookie shapes is very good for shoulder stabilizer muscles. So she's gonna put it here, and then you can help your child. You're gonna put one hand over the other and help press it. Okay? Oh. Yoo-hoo! Perfect spring butterfly. Now I'm going to show you how we're gonna squeeze a stretch into this. So while they're standing here, come off the stool. If you have a wedge like this, a lot of kids use these at school. If you don't and your child is small enough and light enough, you can use one of these binders. Or if not, you can roll up a towel or a blanket and put it under their feet. So if your child does not have tight ankles, they can just stand on the floor, or if you need a little bit more leverage, a little bit to make it easier for them to put some pressure into the rolling pin, have them stand up on the stool. But a lot of my friends have very tight ankles. So I have them stand here, and if your ankles are really, really tight, Lily, move your foot. I'll just have you put very tips of your feet. This one, move this one too. So even if you can get just the front part of your foot up on the wedge, or if you can maybe fold up a little kitchen towel or stand on like a book, I would say about 1/2 inch, just put it under this front part of your foot. It should give you a nice stretch through your heel cord. If you are very, very tight, give me that, you can just make sure that when your child is standing, their heels are down on the ground or as far to the ground as possible. Or, this is also a balance challenge. Let it move over a little bit. They can just stand on a folded up blanket. And this not only helps you with the stretching, it also challenges your balance because this is soft and the muscles, now I'm moving my hand to kind of simulate the motion, the muscles here around the ankle have to work just a little bit harder to maintain this position. But I like this activity and I do it a lot at school because kids don't even know they're stretching. Sorry. Because they're busy doing something fun up here on the table. So we're done with our cookies. And this is, we always want to remind the kids to use both hands for everything. You can help them, then slowly kind of back off and see how they do on their own. If they still need help, you can help them again. But this is pretty fun, not messy. But please only do it if you want to, or if you're already making cookies or baking and you wanted to kind of squeeze in some strengthening as well as some life skills for your child. So the second activity might be a little bit more challenging for some kids. We're going to make pudding, and this actually holding a bowl while stirring with the other hand. A lot of my friends have a very hard time with that. Also, same thing with opening containers. When I use scissors to open the bag, I'll help her with this because this is kind of hard and she doesn't have long nails. So, and you can help your child hold the bag. See, another bilateral hand skill. And she's gonna cut it. Okay, perfect. So see how one hand is stabilizing, the other hand is cutting. If your child has trouble, you can help them with that. So, okay, Lily, now pour that in here. I'll just pour it. There you go. And I'm gonna give you paired.
Ah, it smells so good. It smells like that powder for hot chocolate.
Well, it's chocolate pudding, so. All right, and you don't have to do it with pudding. I like pudding because it's simple for the purposes of the video, and also as it becomes thicker, there is more resistance, so a little bit more work for your shoulder muscles. Okay, let's start pouring the milk, and I'm going to give you a whisk. So here is another bilateral activity. She's doing everything nicely in midline. Just pouring. There's the whisk, and we hold it, and we mix it. And you can help your child mix it. You don't have to use a whisk, you can use a spatula or a spoon. If the bowl is sliding, we have a little mat because she was rolling the green Play-Doh on here. But you can put a sill pad or a slightly damp towel, and it will prevent the bowl from sliding. So she can go one way, she can go the other way. There's a lot of activities that involve kind of a scenario where one hand has to do a different thing from the other. And a lot of our friends like putting a zipper in. One hand is stabilizing, the other hand is putting the zipper in. Doing buttons, doing anything like stirring, doing drawing or writing, you have to stabilize the paper right with the other hand. So there's tons and tons of examples. But this is just something that you can hopefully easily do with your child while you're preparing a meal and you need a hand. So hopefully this is useful, and I hope you have, watch my chin, you have fun with this. Also, the child can stand on the wedge or on the folded blanket and get even more of a stretch while you're doing this. Oh, our pudding is getting nice and thick. I'm gonna eat it soon. Oh my gosh, it's a 10-minute video. All right, thanks guys. Bye.